Yo, what's up guys, Seiishizo here on a different channel than normally, talking about the Interserver battle. Or as I like to call it, Interserver Planetarium battle or something like that, I'm not even sure what it is. But you and me are both on the same case here, so we're talking about something, I don't know what it is, you don't know what it is, or the other way around. This is going to be different. This, I think, is going to be like Siege, but then with 4 units. So you're actually going to look at your defenses that are trapped. What does work in Siege? Works because it's a certain trap. Because you think, hey, I counter it like this, with these and these units, but then it's a certain trap, and therefore they exactly counter you. So I don't think we're gonna have that much of a speed meta, we're not gonna have that much of a fast clear meta. We're going to have a lot of like safe clear meta. But that's only for the interplanetary server attacking each other or something, because you have 50 wings a week, if I'm not mistaken. And with those 50 wings, you can spend the whole week. You don't have to rush them all in 1 hour. I don't recommend you to rush them all in 1 hour. Also, if you start getting tilted because you lost 1 or 2, do not start to rush all of them and lose them as well. Just take your time, maybe re-rune a few things. You can actually re-rune for every of your 50 wings if you would like to. But take your time, think of something that would work, ask some other people that what's like, maybe have your guildies or some other people from your server, like talk about it, like, okay, this and this defense I see a lot, because you're actually playing the same servers. So that's also a fun thing, because let's say, we mostly say Asia servers have a lot of more LDs, so are we gonna see a lot of more LDs, but actually they're countered by pretty simple units as well, because a Lulu is still a good counter to a lot of LDs. Same for what we see in Siege meta, a Tractor or a Windy, units on Destroy are gonna counter a lot of these Bruiser defenses to make it pretty safe. But there's probably also a few things that we're not seeing yet right now, we're gonna watch out later, at some point we're gonna see a meta in that as well. And I'm very curious who's gonna win the whole thing from like which server is going to be best, because I've been saying for a long time, in Europe the Rush is most active and most advanced, and that's just because what kind of defense I see on other servers. This can be very different because this is actually more Siege meta related than actually Arena meta related. What do I think about attack and defense and that kind of balance? I think your defense has to be good. Maybe you could switch it around a little bit throughout the week, see what works, see what doesn't work, but I think attack is where your server is gonna get most points. If you win, then, well, the other one loses, simple as that. And that's the thing where you have most control over. Someone losing to your defense, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what they use. You cannot see what they use. Maybe we should see what they use. I would like that. But that's personally me. I would like to see that for like everything, but that's personally me. But the thing is, you don't know what they use. So you think they might Lucian it, but they actually Galleon it, or they actually slow clear it, or they actually do something completely different you didn't think of. But for you doing offense, you know exactly what you do. You know exactly what you can anticipate on. Sure, you can get a little bit of violence, you can get a little bit of resist, but in hindsight, you always can say like, okay, this is just a very hard counter on this, and there's teams that can survive more RNG than other teams. And if you take the team that can survive most RNG, even if you get very unlucky, you can still win a match. So for rune sets, it's going to be important. Well, of course, violent and despair, because especially for defense, the more RNG that's in your defense, the more likely people are going to lose against it and tilt and then lose more, which, well, is a thing in the game, I guess. But for offense, I think it's going to be a lot on maybe more of the resistance side. Like if you think a unit doesn't have max accuracy, going full resistance team can actually help out. Going in resistance leads in a bruiser team can help out. If the team has a slightly bit of healing but not too much damage, going destroy or multiple destroy sets on one unit or multiple units on destroy can help out a lot as well. So another tip I would give you is use your best runes, especially for offense. The thing is, you can actually probably use the same units over and over for all of your 50 hits. So if you have a very good bruiser team, you don't even have to switch runes, because you can put the same runes, the same units against everything. But for the units, I think it's very close to Siege, so therefore I also think that units like a Tractor, a Lulu, together with a Windy, which is very common counter against many Siege defenses right now, is going to be very strong in this. And then you add a +1, which would help for the whole team, maybe a net 5 in there that just counters everything in the field. So I think you have to be very careful of also not using the exact same team against everything, because you probably can't get away with that, because Team A is not Team B, because of, well, maybe it's just completely different runes. So those are my predictions for the interplanetary and server battle, something what's coming up. I'm not sure how it's gonna pan out. You're gonna see that on my channel as well, YouTube/C/Seiishizo. I also stream on Twitch, on twitch.tv/Seiishizo, so check me out there and see you in the later.